Okay, we're going to open the regular meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals, April 16th, 2014 meeting. First order of business is take attendance.
Mark Richards.
Here.
George Dorr. Bertrand Schmitz.
Here.
Jane Scully Welch.
Here.
Charles McAvoy.
Here.
Bruce Farmer. Dominic Morelli.
Okay. What we have to take up the request for recusals of the certain subsection 4 of the zoning board for architectural review, lighting, traffic, whatnot. And we have for application 14-004, they're asking for, do you have that piece of paper in front of you? We didn't grant this before?
No, they were.
Okay.
They
They're asking for, I'll read those off. It's 14.24, 14.25, and 14.26, which is lighting plan, traffic study, and landscape plan. We've already discussed the landscape plan, we already conditioned their approval on the landscape. So they didn't have a professionally done plan because it's of a minor size. So we grant them a recusal if they don't have to provide that.
Okay.
So again, we're going to give a motion by Jay, make it easy on poor Sherry. Second by Bert, all in favor, grant recusal, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none, great. Okay, the next one is Shore Road, Mr. Williams. He's requesting recusal of, I'll read them off and then I'll tell you what they are. 14.22, 4.22, 4.23, 4.25, 4.26, and 4.24. That was a professionally prepared site plan, professionally prepared architectural plan, a lighting plan, a traffic study, and a landscape plan. That's for Mr. Williams and his garage. He's asking for recusals of those requirements. Jane, motion. Bert, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you. The last is Miss Roy on 32 Meadow Road. She's asking for recusal of 4.22, 4.23, 4.24, 4.25, and 4.26. Again, professionally prepared site plan, professionally prepared architectural plan, lighting plan, traffic study, and landscape. You don't know a traffic study? Never mind. Landscape.
I can tell you, I've got a street light.
Yeah, okay. We're going to get, next time you're going to prepare that. We've got a motion by Jane, second by Bert. All in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, great. Now we're going to get a motion to adjourn our regular meeting by Jane, seconded by Bert. All in favor say aye. 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 Now we're going to go back to the,
Stop.
yep, we're going to go back to our public hearing.
Let me finish. Motion to adjourn, same people.
Just say aye.
Okay, we're back to.
Okay, this is our public hearing of the Zoning Board of Appeals, April 16, 2014. We are now looking at application 14-004, that's 9 Robin Lane, Bluff Properties. Can we get a motion to close the public hearing? So moved by Jane, seconded by Bert. All in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, next is ZBA application 14-007, that's 30 West Shore Drive, Mr. Greg Williams. Jane said we could make a motion to close the public hearing. Bert said he's going to second it. All in favor say aye. Aye. And the last is 14-008, that's 32 Meadow Road. Miss Royer, Jane said we'll make a motion to close the public hearing, and
No,
Bert's going to...
continue.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Continuation. We're going to make a motion to continue the public hearing, and Jane said yes, Bert seconded that. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Now motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn our public hearing. Jane makes a motion, Bert says, all in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, that's great. Now,
Stop.
you folks are perfectly allowed to, yeah, Bert and Bert.
How
yeah.
fast you go?
Bert, certainly allowed to sit here and listen to us, but you can't add anything additional. We're going to hopefully go through this quickly. Everyone take a break?
You
Everybody
don't
go
have
set?
to stay, right?
You want to take a break?
I'll see you next.
Keep going?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All set? You all set?
Okay, we're back on.
Okay. All right, again, it's our regular meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals, April 16th, 2014. Our first application this evening was 14-002, and that is going to be continued. Next application, 14-004, We had met with them last month. This is really almost a continuation of a variance that we granted to them several months ago because they purchased the property adjacent. We condition it that they landscape it with a berm and plant some pine trees of some given size, I don't know if we said 6 footers or 5 footers, to block that fence and to block their operation. Does anybody have any difficulty with that application in your request for variance?
Not here.
Okay, can we have a motion to grant a variance for 14-004?
I move to grant the variance for ZBA 14-004, 9 Robbins Lane, Bluff Properties LLC.
Okay.
I second it.
Thank you very much, Sean. Just to touch base.
We have to have a hardship
Yeah,
on
I was
that.
going to touch base. The hardship is that there's a pre-existing use and use as a contractor for a number of years. They're continuing that operation, and again, it's non-conforming, so that's what the variance is. We're trying to mitigate any adverse impact upon the neighbors by the idea of the fencing, the berm, and the pine trees, or spruce.
So is that your actual conditions?
Yep.
There'll be,
Condition is as stated in the previous. Sure. Previous. So we're consistent. I don't know what size trees we call for.
Just read it.
All right. Let's see. We said 70% of the height of the 14-foot fence proposed at the south and west, now it's going to continue, shall be screened with vegetation by utilizing a berm and plantings of trees of equivalent size that the plantings are combined thereof. That was Tom Lane. So we're saying the total will be 70% between the berm and the plantings of the 14 feet, which I could figure what 70% of 14 is. Something around 9 feet, 10, 9, 8. Okay? Thank you. All right, so
you have a,
a motion and a second.
Second,
Motion
yes.
by Bert, seconded by Charlie. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Okay, congratulations. Next application, ZBA 14-005. We also have a CAM. We certainly don't have to recap everything, but the critical issues are, I think we've heard, is that we have it's a ground coverage issue. Mr. Marchetti is going to have a slightly less ground coverage by removing some impervious coverage and some room, and he wants to put a pool in and a garage with second-story usage of that garage. He's got his approvals from Pratt for the septic. There's much concern about the seawall. He's certainly not advocating removing the seawall. He did note that if he did not get his variances as requested, he could remove part of that seawall to meet it. I don't think I hope he wasn't meaning that in spite. I think he was just trying to make note of what he could be done. The seawall itself, or the apron behind the seawall, is 23% of the coverage of the lot. So that is a hardship. That's unique. It's unique to that the property along down there. So there's a hardship there. The pool issue about what could happen to that pool, again, we can condition that. I think we're going to have it anyhow. The building department is going to mandate probably an engineered system. That's somebody with a stamp that's going to say structurally that it's going to meet the 100-year storm. I think that's all going to be mandated, so we can condition that, but that shouldn't be an issue. We can condition that he leave that concrete apron as well. Again, that's issues we can talk about. And then you have the garage. Again, I have a stumbling block with that, and we talked about that. And Ms. Marchetti has said many times, hey, 2 different lots, 2 different pieces of property. But again, that's sort of, it's kind of troubling in a sense. But, again, Bert and I have we both raised that this evening. But let's talk about it. What are everybody's concerns?
Well,
Bert, we'll start with you.
yeah, right now, I think my concerns are sort of fading away a little bit. The garage issue, I understand what they're talking about. Since there are 3 properties there, they can do what they want on the other 2. The pool is, to me, the pool is not an issue. The wall, tough shape, and most walls here in New England are in tough shape. My wall in Florida is in tough shape. So, I would not like to see anything touched on that wall. There's a lot of concrete there that's gonna hold it up and up, during some bad times. So,
Yeah, Bert, what's your thought about the second story of the garage? I know that,
seconds, well, the garage they're gonna build?
they're advocating
Yeah,
that.
well, that's, second story is a result of an architectural design.
I mean, obviously,
It
it doesn't affect
doesn't-
the footprint, it's just the mass.
It doesn't, it doesn't touch the footprint.
Right.
The only thing it might affect is what they use the garage for.
Mm.
If it's gonna be storage, or if it's gonna be a game room, or whatever, I do the same thing at home.
Yeah.
If they're gonna make it into an office, that's not a problem, really. The problem there could be you're adding, the prospect of adding a bedroom onto the house.
And how,
If-
how
if
comply
they-
with health code, of course.
If they add a bedroom on, then there might be an issue that they have to come back to zoning or whatever, and they'll probably have to go to sanitation
Right.
and everything to get permission to use it as a bedroom. But they can use it for whatever they want, as far as I'm concerned, except for the bedroom
Yeah.
right now.
Charlie, your thoughts?
Well, this whole discussion, there seems to be a lot of concern about the seawall. And removing of the apron that supports the seawall, especially in storm. And all the conversation I've been listening to, it appears that Cam is already saying that the concrete apron maxes out the coverage. So the existing house exceeds the coverage because of the concrete apron.
Not Cam, but so much our
Yes.
zoning.
Okay, right, yeah.
20% coverage, and the seawall, the apron happens to be maybe apron and seawall are 23%.
Yeah. So, I mean,
That's hardship. You got just the house is 20.
the
Right.
statement that they could remove the apron to be in compliance, I do not take that as a threat or anything like that. They're just stating that's where it's at.
Right,
They're emphasizing the hardship.
right. The uniqueness of that lot.
Yeah. So, it appears to me that, I agree with the idea that the garage, should not be used as a living space, a bedroom and all that. An office, no problem, game room, storage, not an issue. Other than that, I really don't have any concerns with it. They are apparently decreasing the coverage. They're not, as far as I can tell, they're not really proposing to remove that apron. They don't want to, they expressed concern about not wanting the apron removed. I understand when somebody did remove that apron, you had erosion in the area. Yeah, well, I would be concerned if they were actually proposing to remove the apron. I did not hear that. I don't think that's really an issue. So, as far as I'm concerned, there is no significant issue other than we should have a stipulation that the area over the garage should not be used as any kind of a bedroom.
Jane, okay, thanks, Charles. Jane?
I actually think they're doing a good thing, because the house looked pretty crappy on the outside. I don't know what it looks like from the inside. You know, I grew up in this town on this shoreline, and a lot's changing, but I love, so much has changed as far as the old cottages, which I call them, you know, now are big old things. And to save the integrity of the house, I think is important. They're getting a new septic system?
I think so, they're compliant, I guess. But it is compliant, I think his existing system is compliant, I think.
Okay. And as long as that's a good thing, because I don't want any of it going into the sound, we have to clean it up.
Oh, we have to, yeah, that's all about it. Certainly have to. Here's all of it.
And I agree with everyone else. I don't think he's gonna take the seawall down. They are gonna take the seawall.
Well, we can condition it,
Because-
we can condition our approval that he's not.
I mean, why would you? Because
Right.
it would wreck your house first. And, you know, there's some houses on that street that the corner wouldn't right on the road, so the garage doesn't seem to bother me too much. So I don't really have too many concerns.
Okay. Would anyone like to make a motion to grant a variance? We have a front setback, which is for the garage, and a ground coverage variance for the pool and garage and for everything. The hardship, then is the seawall. Now, you can condition it if you'd like, condition the approval process that they do not remove the concrete apron.
I would like to do that, because I
and that
think the
they have no
integrity of
living
that whole...
space, no bedroom above that garage, if you'd like. Conditional approval.
Okay, let me get your conditions.
Well, I'm just suggesting, I'm not,
Oh, you have.
I would
your
like to
conditions.
see the conditional, you know, not taking the seawall, not
Okay.
taking away the
So,
seawall,
James,
which I don't think they're
you're
going
making a
to.
motion to grant the variances for both the front setback and the ground coverage, but the condition that the seawall and the apron behind the seawall not be removed.
And kept in good shape.
Well, oh, you're right there. And that the state, yeah,
Removed,
not-
but shall be, but shall be.
maintained. And the area of, the room above, the area above the garage shall not be used for a bedroom. Is that right? That,
I would say,
about anything else?
I would only append that to say should not be used as a bedroom without the appropriate approvals for the septic system.
Oh, right, that goes almost without, yeah.
Well, when you say shall not be used for a
We have the
bedroom,
approval process again.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So that is okay with you, the conditions that Jane put on?
okay, what are, the condition right now is the area above the garage shall not be used for a bedroom.
Is that correct, Jane?
I'm more concerned about the seawall. I don't really care.
Okay, how about, I thought Bert and Charlie were concerned about the bedroom?
Well, I think you gotta put both
Yeah.
of them.
Okay, all right, so they're
Well,
both,
yeah,
both conditional.
both conditions.
Okay.
My question is, I want to be clear that, I had heard somebody say unless approved by the health district.
Well, they can
Well,
come,
if you add a living space in the form of a bedroom, you have to go back and get approval for the septic system. I've been through this myself.
The way you've got it worded right now is it shall not be used for a bedroom.
right, which kind of also plays into Office of Long Island Sound, Samansky was talking about too, you know, the whole area of need, so we minimize the bedrooms. I think they have plenty, but those should be okay.
How many bedrooms, do you know how many bedrooms are in the house? Well, I mean,
There's already 4 bedrooms in the house. Okay, we got a motion by,
That condition is staying, that
just
will
no
not be
bedroom.
used for a
Okay,
bedroom.
right. Motion by Jane with 2 conditions, second by Bert. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay. Congratulations. Next application is ZBA, actually, the last application is 14-007, 30 West Shore Drive, Greg Williams. Mr. Williams wants to remove his garage, which is 22 by 22 rocks, and replace it with a 25 by 28. He's going to come a little closer to the road by 1 foot, and he's got a side setback issue, an existing setback issue. 8 feet. He has, his hardship is the topography of the land, very rocky, outcrops of ledge, not many spots you can grow with it, and then it's pretty, 22 by 22 garage, it's pretty difficult in this day and age with cars to fit in there.
And it's not that much bigger.
No, it's pretty
It's
minimal,
not-
pretty minimal we've asked before. Anybody have any problem with it?
Thank you.
We got a motion to grant the variance?
So moved.
Grant by Jane, noted the hardship being the topography and the ledge. Second by Bert again, or Charlie this time? Bert,
Bert
people
raised
are
his hand.
okay. All in discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
You know, we have to do, but I make one error, that we have to give a can for 35 Hammer.
Yes.
And we have to, I have it right here in front
Was
of
he,
me.
did he get through?
Yeah, he's all set. We voted for him, he's all set. Congratulations.
Poor guy sitting there.
No, you're all,
Oh, I made
You're all
one
set,
mistake.
yes. you have that? You have it here. Organized. All right, James, I'm going to have you make a motion because our building department's going to do anyhow, but to grant. We're going to make a motion to approve the CAM for 35. Let's see what you can do.
So I'm gonna make a motion to approve the CAM for 35 Hammock.
Right, that's a coastal line manager.
Approved. Approved as submitted, consistent with all applicable coastal policies, and includes all reasonable measures to mitigate adverse impacts.
Right. And what we're saying right there is that, Mr. Marchetti, when he builds that pool, he has got to make sure that that it's protected, the site's protected, that with silt fence, in all conditions, all efforts are made to make sure that no contamination goes in. Property goes to its neighbor's property or along our south. So we made a motion with those conditions that we meet that.
What was the condition?
Well, those conditions that obviously that meets the CAM or mitigate the.
You want me to read
There's
it?
no actual conditions.
No, correct.
Consistent with all applicable coastal policies.
Second by Charlie this time.
Yeah.
He had the hand up. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. Now, what are we gonna do next? We have to,
Go back to the.
we're gonna approve the minutes.
Yeah.
We have the minutes of the March 19th. You're here, I'm here. Actually, Charlie, you were not here.
Yes,
You were
Charlie was here.
You were here last month?
I reclused, I wasn't,
Right.
But
Okay.
Bert was here.
I was here.
Yeah.
Why the heck Charlie not here? Charlie was here, right? Yeah, okay, sorry, Charlie.
More or less.
What, you just blended into the background or what?
Well, you're over there.
Like a wallflower. I have a motion by Jane to accept the minutes of our regular meeting and the public hearing of our March 19th meetings. Second by Bert. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I had some correspondence, but I have a note from the P&Z. There's some, it's kind of funny.
It is.
We're gonna have some fun with this because what they're concerned about, the zoning enforcement officer asked us to do years ago. And the zoning enforcement officer is their employee, is their agent. And so they have a concern more with the CEO than they have with us. But we'll have some fun with that response to that.
Yes. We shall. heard about it last night.
Yeah.
Do we have a zoning officer yet?
No.
I don't think so, but they've interviewed.
Actually, they have made an offer
Made offer
to Eric Knapp.
Okay.
That was announced at the planning and zoning meeting on Monday.
Is he from Clinton?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
The offer is being made to him. I do not know if it's been accepted.
They made an announcement.
Didn't talk
They
about
made the announcement that they offered the position to him.
Okay, well. All right. If there's nothing more before, did we get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
By Jane, seconded by Charlie that time. All in favor, say aye. Okay. Congratulations. Thank you very much for coming.